thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. We are going to be unboxing a Microcosm. It's used, but it's still going to be cool all the same. But before we do that, I've actually not forgotten to do the quick play spells today, so we're going to get through those first, and I think that there's quite a few submissions to get through. I'm so sorry. I've also just been fucking crazy sick. So we're going to open this here in just a minute, but let's go through these, and oh my god, there's a lot. Ooh. Yeah, where are we at? Wacka wacka boom. I think this was the last one that I played from Michael, so we'll start from this one. Hey Danny, what's up? I like the drums on that. Is that my clap? Hey, let's go. Oh, I like this. Hell yeah. I really like this too. Yeah, that's a vibe. Okay, Michael, what the fuck? Bro. Oh my gosh. Damn, dog. Damn. Yeah, the counter melody. It's nice. Boo doo doo. Fucking sick, man. You don't know. You've been gone. You tried everything. Yeah, that's dope too. Yeah, true. Man, Velvet, you've had some pretty strong ideas too. I think you should finish these. I don't know how to trot drooms. Sounds pretty chopped to me. Ring, 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 ring. Okay. Why do you listen to your friends? I don't know how this is housey, but okay. It's still cool. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I like that too. Oh man, okay. This feels like a continue screen, you know, after a game over or something. Yeah, you all had some bangers this time. If you're new to the channel and you want a chance to, or you want to submit a 15-second clip once per day. Then join the Discord and submit an everyday quick play spell. 15 seconds or less, make sure that it's safe for work. 1 per day. But when I remember, I will play them at the beginning of the stream. And I love to listen to what you guys are up to. With that being said, let's get into... Hold on one second. Let's get into this. Yeah, this is Microcosm. It is an effect pedal that is granular. And wait, hold on, let me start over. Okay, I'm recording now. Okay, so we got a Microcosm. This is a granular effect pedal, my first effect pedal, I guess technically my second, as I ordered a poly and mess and got a step instead, and immediately as soon as I opened it, I put it back in the box and sent it back because that's not what we wanted. I actually don't know if I'm going to order a poly and mess now. I left a bad taste in my mouth and I don't have buyer's confidence from Amazon anymore. But this was a hand-me-down. Well, a second, I got it off Reverb, to which thank you to the person that sold me this. I'll be sure to leave a 5-star review. But yeah, let's go ahead and unbox it, and then I need to figure out how to set this up with the doll. We've got a sticker included. They also included the manual, looks like. Cool. Did this come with a power supply? Oh, it did. Sick. I actually didn't think that pedals came with a power supply, so I went and bought like a power bank for these things, but that's nice to know that this exists. And here we go. Let me make sure to try not to show you the serial number. There's a little bit of dirt on that, but on the bottom, but it's okay. So let's go ahead and bust this bad boy open. Oh, I see. It's because there's Velcro on the bottom. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. But here we go. This is the Microcosm. Looks pretty nice. It's a little dirty, but yeah, still seems exciting. Sweet. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out how to plug this in to get it working with our DAW. That was lovely. A great little unboxing. This thing I got on sale for, well, the sale was $325, but I ended up paying like 30 bucks in tax. And then I also ended up paying like, what was it? Like another 30 or something for shipping, so it ended up being like 400 bucks. Nobody sent this to me. I had to buy it myself. And all of the other pedals and stuff that I have coming, most likely going to have to buy it myself as well. Although I will not lie, whenever I get new hardware gear, I almost always reach out to people and I'm like, hey, can you hook me up? Discount, something, please. I was not so fortunate this time. So what we're going to do on this, and this is going to require a little bit of setup, is we are going to actually unplug this for now, and we're going to swap this out with this. And this is our magic connector right here. I guess, yeah, I could technically connect it to the Digitone, but the problem is that I can't use the Digitone as an effect. And so that's why we're going to try doing it this way first. Because I think what I can do is I can set the analog heat on the master. And I can send this to this back into this. And I think that's what we're going to try. If that doesn't work, we're going to do the 2-route system, which we're going to need another electron box. But it should work. We'll be fine. Yeah. Aside from that, how's everybody doing? I'm looking at the connectors here. Okay. Output R. Output L. We need one of these guys. Tell it to go to hell. Hell! Okay. Pretty nice. Now we're going to send this to the N of the L and R. Struggling to draw arms for a character with 3 pairs of them? Well, that was your first mistake. Three pairs of arms? Goro doesn't even have 3 pairs of arms. All right. I need 2 more. And we've got those. And these guys are cool because I just leave them hanging around. So... Character with 3 pairs of arms is surely a spider. Yep. Muffet? What is a muffet? Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to know. I don't even want to know. Okay, wait. Fuck. Mono stereo, TSN input. Okay, so for this, thankfully I have it, but we actually don't need a second cable. Wait. We do need this. But we don't need this one. So much complicated shit. I came prepared. This is what... No. Did I come prepared? Hold on, I actually have to get out of my chair. That's a predicament. I could have sworn I had a converter somewhere. Hey, you in the audience, check out this bag. All right, hold on one sec. Why don't they have a stereo LN? This is mono. You can see it only has 1 ring. Okay, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Let's see what else we got. Fucking cables and shit. I got the cables and the cables and the cables and the cables. Supposed to be plugging all this shit in, but I don't need a label. Do I not have a 1/4-inch adapter? I know I do somewhere. This episode on Alckemy Can't Find Shit. Will he find his his audio converter? Chances are slim, but never none. What is this? That is an SD card. Card. Oh, brother. This guy stinks. I can't believe I don't have one. And in fact, I'm shocked. Wait, I do have one. I just don't know where. How many of you all run into this problem? Have you ever played with a... am I renting these pedals, or are they're my personal purchase? Have you ever played with a quadrantid swarm? It's the most ancient sounding synth I own. Loads of texture. I have not. And to go a step further, I have never even heard of that. But I don't necessarily want stuff that sounds ancient. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna go grab my headphones and see if that one has the audio plug-in or the audio jack off of that, and I'll go steal that. Or wait. Behold, more useless shit. Behold, this useless shit does not have the shit I actually need. Fuck. Okay. Next plan. Sit tight. Well, shit. That connector is not attached. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a mono out into a mono out. Because I don't really know what else to do. Other than order another fucking cable. All that prep in the world could not save me. That's the thing with hardware, is like you're always missing some shit. Okay. Let's just see if the fucking thing works. Downside to pedals, yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. Cables on cables. At least this works. That's nice. We're gonna take this one. What is EXP in? I've never seen that before. Also got one of these. Oh, expression pedal. Okay. Got a MIDI in here. See if we can hook that up. All right. At least we've got most stuff. Mostly. MIDI through sync beat. MIDI out. Boom. Okay. I think we're good to go. Mostly. Is this not working? Maybe this needs more power. It's a 9 volt. Maybe we need to throw this on a 12. Because it'll turn on, but then it shuts itself off. Buenos trades, Astral. How are you? All right, let's try 12 volt. A 500 millimeter. Okay, that's what this one, or that's what I did. 500 millimeter. Looks like it's working. Sick. Is it center negative? I don't know, man. You guys are asking me all kinds of questions that I have no fucking clue to. Censored. I'm sorry. That was really funny, though. Wait. Censored. Okay. So let's get a synth in here. This is a remix that I'm actually working on for Venus Theory. I told him about it, but he doesn't know what it's going to sound like. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the analog heat on here. And okay, so we've got some feedback going on. I wonder if there's a floor noise on this. Sort of looks like the chroma console. Yeah, it came with a power supply. But the reason, but I did something different than the power supply because I actually have a bank. So is that just the floor noise of this, or is that from the power supply? Or is that because it's feeding back into itself? Well, I'm also curious as to whether or not this is going to work. Let me see. If I heat my analog, will it sound better? Maybe. You never know until you try. All right, I'm gonna give this a little bit of push. This is strange. When my brother told me about hologram microcosm and did a search and I was using it live, what are the chances of that? Totally accurate. Okay, we're gonna go to settings here. That scared the shit out of me. Okay, so it sounds like there's a floor noise on this. Is there a leveler on here? Isn't there a filter in Serum 2 that replicates the effect of bringing a lighter to some transistor? I don't really know, to be honest. Let me turn this down. I bought it. Okay, don't do that. Yeah, that is pretty funny. So I'm going to see if I can get this on the micro loop thing because I still don't think that we're getting anything. I actually think that we're not even getting the pedal. I think that we're just getting the I think that we're just getting feedback from this, which is kind of cool. Excuse me. But that's not what we're looking for, because this thing is supposed to sound really pretty, not insane. Analog in and out, on, USB to main, effects to USB, not available. In plus out. What if I just set it to this? Yeah, it does sound really interesting. But we're not really getting anything out of this yet. We'll go back to in and out. Okay. So what we're going to do is a couple of things. One is I'm going to hook up the heat to the digitone and see if I can get them to line up that way. So give me 1 second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this into another box and see if that takes care of the floor noise. Because if it doesn't, then that means that I might need to send the power supply back. I think you may have only found about it tonight. I'm feeling kind of freaked out. Alckemy's using it live. No matter what sounds you're exploring, we can always count on the lowrider song riff. Oh yeah. But that's not the lowrider riff. That's tequila. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the digitone active, and I'm going to go into my settings here. Let's see if I can get this to do the thing. This is Max Cooper's uses as in the microcosm. What? Okay, so I need to get audio through here. Oh. There we go. can't hear the... You can't hear the audio? Yes, you can. All right, we got it working. I think. All right, what's going on with that? Okay. Sorry. Started a new project. Turning this up. Go down here and turn this up to here. Then to phase plant. I like how you just get in there, live learning it. Wait, what? All right. Okay, we got it working. Yo, EasyBot, what's up, brother? If only Venus Theory from YouTube and his work with you, Vi, but a remix sounds cool. You only Venus Theory from YouTube? Alright, so I have no idea how to use this pedal. I thought it would be pretty straightforward, but I'm still just kind of working this out, so forgive me. Everybody go follow EasyBot. Oh, did you just get one too? Okay. Let me get something a little more pretty than this on here. Maybe something like... something nice. Oh, you've had it for years? Sorry. All right. So I think this turns it on. This is doing things. There we go. Okay. We can also use stuff from this. Oh yeah, that's definitely from the signal of the microcosm. A little bit of clipping happening. Well, we do have a limiter on. Oh, I am driving this just a little bit, so let me just turn the mix off. Yeah, I mean, that's just going to happen because it's going to get a little bit louder, but I don't really care about that, to be honest, just because I kind of want it to be distorted in some cases. Like if I want to make a dystopian thing, you know? I want it to be like burn and just start breaking apart. Yeah, if I just turn that off and then actually that does the thing. Okay, let's get something actually musical in here. I like Ecclesia and Dimensional Fissure because this has a bunch of different timbres in here that we can kind of explore with. Wow. Yeah, this is pretty sick. I think that we should be recording some of this. So I'm going to take all this shit, get in there. Yeah, it's probably meant just for single things. Also, I have the USB set to like plus 18 decibels because it's just the analog heat is so quiet if you don't. Well, even without that, that's still pretty loud, so. Well, I'm checking the input of the digitone now. Oh, that's pretty fucking nice, man. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm trying to see if this is synced up with the DAW or not, because I have a MIDI cable going into this, so... This is pretty incredible, man. Yeah, dude. Yes? Yeah, dude. This is pretty sick. Let's get an actual granular synth in this. All right, what's up with this? There we go. Trying to see how we can get to the phrase looper to the burst and the quantize. Sick, dude. Sorry. This is like way more quiet than this. This is on ARP now. Oh, this says fade time. What does that do though? Okay. Damn, dude. Who said this all sounds the same, man? This is crazy. I saw in some of the reviews, people were like, yeah, it's kind of samey, and I'm like, no, it's not. There's a lot of nuance in this. try a cheap music box. Okay, let's turn that back on. Well, this has a multi-delay on it. Sick. So let's go into the warp now. Came here for the enis. We're getting through this first, and then I'll show you all what I'm working with. If you know, you know. So I think that we can record a loop with this though, right? And then start to fuck with it, so... Yeah. I think. Does this mean that it's recording when it's blue? Yeah, I've heard of the H90. I didn't want to pick it up because it only gives you, like, there's a lot of effects that are within it, but there's only you can only have 2 effects on at a time, and they have to be from different inputs. It's kind of why I was like, dang, man. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, like, for an ambient producer, this kind of shit. Pardon the interruption. got super quiet all of a sudden. Okay, cool. Well, let's throw this on some drums. We'll mute the drums. That's sick. I am, yeah. Oh, is this like a shift button? I think it is. I'm not really sure what haze does because it seems like it turned it off. Interesting. That's tough. No, it's not from Tom Crosby. Okay, so that is an intro to the Microcosm. What do y'all think? I think it's pretty fucking sick, especially for a hardware device. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what it could do. I think that what I wanted to do was have something that was like an audio mangler, and this seems to be a nice part of that. I'm not sure if I still want to get a poly-in mess. And the other issue is that I have to have this complex routing system in order to get this into the DAW, but it does work, which is kind of cool. And the feedback thing that we did at the very beginning was also pretty cool. I was hoping that what I could do was just plug it into itself, so that way like this could route into this and back into this. But that's, yeah, that's getting into that feedback type of thing. Yeah, I want a Microcosm so bad. Yeah, it was pretty neat. I had a lot of fun with that. With that being said, I'm gonna turn this off. We'll give this a nice little pause, and then we'll turn this off. It's just the sauce generator. Yeah, I still would need to take like some dedicated time to like session with it and stuff, but just as like a first look, this is pretty cool. Making back at the Digitone cookup, and it has schnasty schlapper of atmosphere tuna. Yeah, I think some of the stuff. You sound sick, ho. You get well soon. What? I know you're saying I hope you get well soon. Yeah, man, I've been sick since Friday. No, I think that's funnier. You sound sick, ho. You should do something about that. Like, damn, bro, maybe I will. Okay, so yeah, that was really cool. I hope that you all enjoyed that little demo. This is kind of the track that I'm working on with now, and it's already kind of almost done. I started it yesterday, but it's kind of, yeah, I think it sounds good already. Wait, what is this? Okay. Well, I mean, if you have a couple of extra inputs, then you could do it that way. But no, because I had to route it to the analog heat and then into the Digitone. Oh, right. Fuck that up. Yeah, typically. So, I'm not really sure how I feel about the bass line of this, because do I focus on making that one cranked up and as good as possible, or do I focus on blending in other sounds? I just look for like, I just look for stuff that's like different, I think would be the best way to say that. Holy shit, that was dark penis. Yeah. Um, and like a lot of times I'll find something and I'll be like, oh, I could make that into this, or oh, I could make that into this. And I think that the more specific that I try to get with sound design, the more like down in the hole I get myself into. Unless if it's like really easy to do, but even then, if you can just be totally open with sound design and like kind of push it towards a general direction, a lot of times that's when you'll find like the good happy accident shit. But if you're just like, oh, I need this really hyper specific thing and I made it, you know, 2 weeks ago, but I don't remember how I did it, and then now you're like retracing and doing all this other shit, then I think that for the most part, yeah, it could kind of hinder you. Just 1 second. Get this a little bit closer here. There we go. Sound design for me is a bit of listen and judge kind of thing, because I can't possibly remember how I make the stuff I make. Yeah, I agree. But like there's certain tips and tricks that you'll pick up along the way that's like, oh, I can kind of push this into this direction, or oh, this kind of sounds like it could be a bass, so let me like, you know, blow up the low end like this. Like this was the original sample. Actually, without all this stuff, this is what this sounds like. Yes, I have. And actually, Beat Surfing sent me a copy of it. I haven't reviewed it yet, though, or haven't opened it. But I will. I told them I would. So, yeah, that's kind of a bass. And so what I did was I just was like, all right, well, let's push it a little bit more. And then I kind of just turned it into that, so. And then this is just a little... Okay, I think that there needs to be something here, because this is already kind of boring until it gets to here. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is try to focus on this section for a bit and try to add some stuff. Actually, did I pull out any of that drum stuff? I did. Okay, all right, so maybe there's something in here that I can use. I'm gonna turn this off for a bit. That's actually kind of cool. We're gonna take this and throw this into repitch mode. I actually really like this. Take that. We could do something with this. Why did it sound like that? We can throw that at the beginning of all of this, so. Microcosm goated, not gonna lie. Hey, Steph, what's up? Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. I think I'll just do 1 on this one, and then on the next bar, we'll do 2. And then we'll pull this out. Let's get a fuse compressor in there. I really like how that sounds, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some movement to this, like some mid-side or something. Convolution reverb, and maybe some kind of hat. Let's try that. Yeah. Yeah. And then those clicks are driving me crazy, so we're going to pull those off. G-code looks similar to FaceMate multi-effects. I don't know. Yeah, it kind of looks like kind of like Slap or something, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Sick. Probably not going to do that on this bar, but I'll do it on this one. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're gonna color this up with some more stuff too. I really like that. That's fucking sick. That All right, so maybe that will be enough to kind of give this a little bit more interest. I think we'll probably do a different sound right there because I have this really cool moment here where he's like, the only thing I fear is rare itself, and like that's my favorite part of this track. The only thing I fear is itself. Like that's so cool. I don't want to do that twice though. Are you listening, Pitch? Are you really listening? I saw a clip of my screen flickering. Did I fix it? Yeah, I got a new monitor. The only thing I fear is itself. Okay, now where is that? Okay. Yeah, I ended up going for an Alienware 34-inch thing. Yeah, it's working pretty nicely. Have I ever used FL Studio? Yes, I have. Okay, I want this, like, the heavier thing here. These guys. Wait, I don't think it's a sinister question. I'm okay with that question.
Itself.
All right, feels like there should be a moment here. The only thing I fear is rare itself. Oh, that's why there should be a moment there, is because I took that other sound out. So, replace with another sound. That's so sick. That's pretty cool. Maybe we could try that. But Gaunt, Ableton, and Bitwig? Wait, what? Oh, I mean, I still have Ableton, you know? I think Ableton is cool. I just prefer Bitwig these days. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think what I want to do with this, though, is I want to see if there's a way that... Okay, there is a little bit of FM on this, but maybe what I'll do is add another one here. There we go. Okay, maybe not, because I like this pattern here. So maybe if I just EQ out some of the lows. Yeah, I like that. So it's pretty fucking wild. Max for live sequencers. That's fair. Okay. Push this down a bit. Yeah, but it's a pain in the ass to set up, like, not even gonna lie. And stepwise is also a pain in the ass to set up. Kind of want to learn Bitwig. We've been on FL for so long. I mean, I have a complete course on Bitwig, you know, and not trying to sell you on anything, but, you know, you could always book a lesson with somebody that knows Bitwig really low. Wow, wow, wow. I think I just said really well. Really well. But I have tons of free shit too that you could just binge watch. I'm gonna try adding a comb filter to that. Yeah. Real thing, you think he's gonna like this? Hey, Boki. I still want some more drum texture, to be honest. Maybe something I could do is like, I really want that moment of that bass to be, to do something dramatic. If I could find it. There we go. What would happen if I did this? Tool. Okay. 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 Now, what if I did a pitch shifter on top of this? Oh, that's dope. Okay, I really like this, but I kind of want there to be a different... a different timbre over this, to be honest. And I think that doesn't really matter what I use, because this is going to give most of the character. But let me just see what this is going to sound like. Oh God. Jesus. Maybe stupid, but do I know anything about Bill? I actually don't. Um, no fucking clue, to be honest. Yeah, that's kind of cool. This needs to be louder, though. There has to be a moment where Venus says something like, all in the name of safety. It's something to like video, so bass, but in the name of wheel. No, I think I already kind of... I think, like, the moments that I took from his last video are good enough. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this idea is strong enough. I really like this, like, this hypnotic movement. But does that seem interesting enough to hold the weight? The other thing is that this is an A or B flat, and nobody's gonna hear this on a phone. As cool as that is, maybe I can do something with that. Snappy. Parallel chain. Cocaine. I'll hear it on my Nokia 6630. I hear it on my phone, but JBL buds. That sounds great. Thank you. There we go. That moment is so fucking cool. The only thing I fear is rare itself. Yeah. All right. I do want to resample the drums. not bad. Attitude is slapping in the face, silent, but hoping something we all do. Well, we already know that it's going to have a new time, like, it's going to have a dark timeline. So that's a big thing, right? Look at this. It might not be themes, but look at the background here. And then look at this. Huh? 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 Kind of dark, huh? Little brooding there. Little bit of action, you know? Little bit of thunder. A little bit of lightning. I'm kind of curious as to what this is. Like, this looks like something that's not just well, actually, yeah, maybe it is just automation, but I don't know. That seems... There's also this little hook right here. I wonder what that means. Bitwig 6. Nice. Yeah, but other than that, nobody knows. Well, that's not true. I have no idea what this could possibly mean. Oh, shit. Okay. What was I doing? Dope. That's pretty much all we need, I think. We got lots of cool shit out of that. So we can come back in here. Get back in here. And toss all this shit in and just start to find some other layers that we can utilize to add. Is there anything that I wish for? Yes, I want a sampler plus. I want repitch mode and change the pitch. I also want an OTT. And that's it. Shut up, Palk. We all know that, like, that's never going to happen between any of us. We're all music producers. We're not allowed to be happy. Fuck you mean? Happy news. Global scaling that Ableton got? You mean like the scale modes? I'm not gonna lie, that's not a useful feature to me, but I wouldn't be upset if they added it. Ooh, yeah. Ba da 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 da. That's, I think of Seal whenever I see the rose. We can use that. I'll change that to a different color. That sounds kind of cool. Maybe we can do something with that. One thing I hate with Ableton is the gray and lighter gray timeline. Ooh, that's kind of cool. We can kind of use that as like a moody thing. We're going to put that right there. Use that for something. What about some linear phase OTT without latency and pace vacation on a limiter with clipping? That's what I'm saying. Is like, I want an OTT, like a real OTT. Or really just like, I think that Bitwig's mixing devices are not that great. And I did a little experiment a couple weeks ago where I did like a no plugin challenge. And the track came out cool. But the reason why this sounds the way it does is because I added all the plugins later. But if you were to listen to this without the plugins, it's really dark. Yeah, sorry, I got into it and I was like, yeah. But okay, so what's wrong here, you say? It's darker? No, I added the plugins after that, but if you were to listen to it without the third-party plugins, it would be like, what? Like, it's way, like, way more subdued. Yeah, fuse compressor is kind of hard to beat. I went on deep think about Ableton Saturator last night after I heard it. After some time, it sounds so good, but it's CPU friendly, and there's the deep thing. Oh, dude, the Clipper in Bitwig is just fine. This shit slaps. This thing is like, this replaced Newfangled Saturate for me. Like when Bitwig added a Clipper, that changed a lot of shit for my stuff. Like all of the drums in here were made from polymer, and like I'd probably attribute most of the way that it sounds to the color EQ and the Clipper. PCM clipping. Do I have that enabled? Yeah, PCM clipping. The over of it are kind of crazy. Yeah, this thing. Because this thing will actually, that means that it's actually going to clip.
Howdy doody.
Boom. What? What? I wish that it had more bands, but bands will make her dance. All right, I really want to clap right here, so we're gonna throw one in there. The thing that I hate about all those EQs is that like each one has like one specific unique feature compared to the other one. It just fucking annoys the shit out of me. Like EQ8 has the scale mode. Yo, thank you for the follow. Rhymes with Crayon. That's a cool name. Yeah, and then Bitwig has the shift. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Those are like Pultec emulations and shit, right? The other ones, yeah, I mean, you're right. Those are there, but those are different devices. I don't know. Chi swears by them, but I haven't really heard them to be all that amazing. I shouldn't put words in his mouth. I think that he was saying like they're cool. Sorry, Chi. He's gonna be like, keep my name out your motherfucking mouth. Damn it, dude. Fucking nose. That's kind of what I'm. So they have their cool saturation embedded in. Those are like the Pultec emulate. Yeah, you're talking about those other EQ things. Yeah, maybe not now, but I do want to start using those more and just to try to get more familiar with it. Hey, I hate to ask you all this, but if you're enjoying the video, could you all like the video or subscribe to the channel if you're not? With the recent change of the YouTube algorithm, my channel is like, I went from 100,000 views a month to 30,000 views a month, and I went from 1,000 subscribers a month to 120. So whatever change the YouTube algorithm did, like, fucked me hard. So I'm not asking for your money. I'm just asking to help me get back in the algorithm. Of course, there are places that you can throw money if you want to do that, but I figure that I'd ask small. Just help me get back in there. Help me get back in the game. Give my channel a sensu bean. It's already super loud. Yeah, I appreciate that. And if not, like, you know, that's totally cool too, but it doesn't hurt to ask. Really respect your work and enjoy your stuff. I can talk to Belaine and try to work an interview or something. I'm the Bohemian guy, metonym label stuff. He's all up in the new album thing, but maybe. I'm in his Discord, and Zane has been, which thank you, I really appreciate that, by the way, but I think I could ask him. I feel confident enough reaching out to him, but I know that he's busy. But our friend Zane showed him one of our collabs the other day and kind of helped grandfather me into being like, hey, you should know about this person. And he was talking about me, so shout out to Zane. Love you, bro. Zane is such a good guy, man. All right. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to get some other guests on the channel and stuff, but the interviews don't really like blow up. It's more like the interviews are more for like archival and evergreen content as opposed to being like, yo, I don't know. I guess if I got Virtual Riot on the stream or something, which I could reach out to him again. He already said that he'd come on the channel, but then he had some other shit to do. Yeah, I think that sounds better with the stereo. I don't know. I mean, I kind of shot myself in the foot because I cover so many areas of content now that I think that people are subscribed for different reasons, and if I don't make a video or something catering to them, then that's kind of one of those things. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just want to grow. Oh, we've already talked. We were supposed to do an interview, but he canceled on me because he had some other shit to do. Okay, let's see. Catch it back up there. Seems like a cool kid. Yeah, I mean, I'm usually down to pretty much talk to anybody as long as they're nice, you know. I had some people that like had no reputation whatsoever come on the channel, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So you're a Bitwig guy. What are you going to teach us? And he was like, well, actually, I'm kind of a beginner. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing here? And it ended up being a really cool conversation. So. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm gonna do a listen through of this a couple of times, but I'm also gonna give my dog a snack, so I'll be right back. Because she deserves it. She's a good doggo. And I love her very much, and she's been very good the past few days. Especially on the walks. Isn't that right? You ready for a snack? Yeah, let's get a snack. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Gets a choke function in the piano roll? I don't know, like, cuts off another track? This is shaping up nicely. It's a short track, but I think that, like, I don't know, this is kind of set up to where, like, it could go somewhere else. But I think that it's kind of fine just leaving it where it is, you know? I don't know, like, because this bass line is hypnotic, but it doesn't really change. And like the nature of the song itself doesn't really go anywhere musically, and I kind of don't want it to, because I don't know if you all have listened to Venus Theory's ambient album, but it's all kind of like just the same vibe for, you know, I think it was like a 7-minute track if I'm not mistaken. Waiting. Venus Theory. Seal. Faceless Void. I just clicked on the same one twice. I think it's track like 3. No. 2. New. 1. New. 4. New. It waits forever patiently. Yeah, this is a 9-minute track. Yeah, you'd still have to set it up though, you know? So I don't know, like, I don't know, if you have a cool use case for it, I'm open-minded, but I don't really personally know. Oh, gotta love that airborne. So what I did was I dropped an airborne into carbonated water. It's actually not bad. Fuck. But yeah, I think like really I just want like texture and stuff over this. So airborne is like, I'm guessing you're not from the States. It's like a seltzer that has a lot of vitamins and stuff and zinc and things. It's what you should take before you get on a plane, so that way it helps you like not get sick. It doesn't help you get better per se, but it helps you before you get sick. It's like an immune system booster that's like over the counter, but it's like a little lozenge and you drop it in water and it creates a fizzy drink or whatever. Yeah, I kind of just want some texture over this now. Just some detail. Or, well, I don't know. Also, why does that sound so blown out now? Oh, and one other cool detail that I really liked about this. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that is. There's this really cool detail with this where, listen to the relationship of this. This like cuts everything off, which is super cool. And what I might do is for the intro, I might play on that. I really like how it does that. Yeah, like for some reason it just like kind of already cuts everything off, and I didn't do that on purpose, but I kind of like how it does that. Yeah, gatekeeper. Man, that's such a cool moment. Okay, where is that coming from? Oh, it's probably... Yeah, that's not supposed to be me. Something transient lover? That I used? There's extractor, but that's not triggered by MIDI. There's gatekeeper. I can't think of anything else that it might be. I had a pink heart? No, I've never used anything like that. When I have an expensive non-disposable Chinese vape. Okay, how do you feel about tossing all this into a group, and then we can fuck with the Cosmos a bit and do some resampling across everything else? Could make some extreme transient. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of that before, to be honest. We're gonna call this the pre-master. And I need to make sure that the diggy tone is not in there. Or I think I deleted it. I think it's fine. I'm not going to say Kilohertz should hire me, but I'm going to say Kilohertz should have hired me. I mean, just about every single track. Sorry, those are drums, but almost every single track. Phase plant, phase plant. Faceplant, 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 faceplant. I mean, really, the only two synths that I really use these days are faceplant and polymer. I use polymer for drums, and I use faceplant for like everything else. Kilohertz, hire this man. Hire him. Hire him. What are you doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Aha. I'm just kidding. Aha. Joking. Okay. We can turn this bad boy back on. Mute this. Turn this guy on. And we could do some more play with... He's using faceplant any way he can. When will I do the cheat code VST? When I have time. I've been just doing a lot of shit lately. I've been trying to just get my channel back in order, really, which I need to go back to just making tutorials. Unfortunately, because doing my little beat making thing or whatever is not working out. So sad day. There's another instance of analog heat on here somewhere that I need to get rid of. There it is. There we go. I'm every woman. Maybe a review of a new hot and sexy plugin could be a good performance booster for the channel now that I think about it. I haven't really seen anything that's come out lately that is like, oh, this is so dope. You know what I mean? Maybe what you could do is making templates that people could download. To learn? Like what? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm gonna turn this bitch on. So what happened with this? Like, it's all quiet now. Any challenges for the Discord? Hey, Les, no. Not really. It's a little difficult to get people to participate in them. I'm guessing that this means record. Yeah. Oh, there we go. It's because I had the filter on. Okay. Ping you and say hi challenge? No, I only take out the parts that I like. How do I get this to play? Because it will loop, right? But how do I get it to like keep the thing? It says tap, rec, play. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still working out the kinks on this stuff. Yeah, I'm still kind of confused how to work this thing. But it is pretty fun to kind of just fuck with and, you know, try to see what I can get out of it. But to really actually harness it and get the use case that I want, where I would like to be able to just take a loop from there and start to mangle it with effects and all that other stuff, then that'd be pretty awesome. Pretty gnarly. I'm thinking that it'd also be dope if I did have the poly and mesh, because then I can have 3 different outboard gear options on this and just like create all types of cool textures and shit. And I didn't think that I would really enjoy, you know, doing this. It is a bit of a hassle to set up, but it's not the end of the world. I don't really know what I would do for my desk situation, because like just the amount of cables is absurd. So like, look at this. Like, dear God, you know what I mean? That being said, when everything does get hooked up and all nice and going and all that, it's pretty nice. Yeah, the other thing is that we also have the digitone that has to be turned off, or the digi tagged, so like something from there. I need a bigger studio. That's kind of what it is, but even still, it's pretty damn cool. I'm kind of curious. Is this unplugged? No, it's not unplugged. It's cool that all this stuff works. So this is 12 volt DAC. It looks like this could power one of these, maybe. 9 volt DC out. So I might be able to use this to power one of these electron boxes, or maybe even 2 of them. I'm not too sure. When do I think device company makes a wireless device? I don't know how they would, because you like for guitars and shit, you know. And then latency is another problem. So, yeah. Does anybody have any questions about anything? I had a pretty good time. If you just directly radio the signal. But most likely it would be off of Bluetooth, because then there's also interference and stuff if you're working on radio shit, you know. I really like this.
Howdy doody.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can introduce this in the intro.
Howdy doody.
Maybe not.
Howdy doody.
Man, yeah. Every time I hear that little part, I'm like, this is so cool.
Howdy doody.
Where's that sound coming from? do y'all think? Does it feel like anything is missing? It's got neuro bass. It's got swingy beats. It's got some cool little melodies. I just switched my phone to tight. This is sick. And you got the thing. Yeah, I do. It's pretty awesome. I'll be doing like a dedicated review on it at some point in the future. But I'm still debating on whether or not I should get the poly and mess in order to like stack this stuff. But I mean, even between these two, it's a nice little setup because this is obviously like distortion and some of the other effects. And then you have this, which is like the glitchiness and all that other stuff. So it's kind of a bitch to set up, but at the same time, it's also kind of cool. You know what? When I get the Bitwig Connect at some point, this actually should get easier. Vocoder layer on Howdy Doody because I love vocoders. I really like the clean Howdy Doody because it's like a totally just like not indicative of what's coming, you know?
Howdy doody.
Like I love that because it's a joke for sure. And as serious as this track is, it, you know, it kind of keeps it on that same sense of sarcasm that Cam always has. All right, so hold on one second. Okay, so look. This is going on to a pre-master here that has the analog heat plus effects as there, right? But then this, the output of this is going into here. And then that is going into the digitone. And then this is pulled up as another instance on the computer here. So in order for me to get sound out of the master into all this stuff, like I had to go through all of that to get that to work. So it is kind of a bitch to set up. But like I said, once I get a Bitwig Connect, then I can just take this, send an output from the Bitwig Connect, and then just have that go directly to the interface. So it'll be, I won't have to use the boxes once that comes in. Thank you for being patient with your shit ass suggestions and bringing it to your attention why I made the choice that I've made. Yeah, no, I like if I disagree with something, like I asked for suggestions, but if I'm like, this is why I don't want to do that, I'm at least going to tell you why. Yeah, I actually figured out how to do this from the Octatrack because I was trying to get sound within the Octatrack or whatever. Which was kind of cool, but yeah, and this actually isn't the only combination that I could do now that I think about it. I could take a headphone jack from the master and send that into this and then just send that into the heat. So there's options, but yeah. Can't I just keep it like how I have it now? Well, yeah, but I need, like, if I want to move my desk and shit and like put other stuff in different places, because now I don't have any desk space. It's just this. I like having desk space so I can like put my elbows on it and stuff, you know? And also like, fuck the cables. There's so many cables. But yeah, you can daisy chain, which is kind of cool. What about getting a mixer so I can start making some effects ins and mix shit differently? Well, that's kind of what I've set up. But no, I don't really want to get a mixer. I mean, all of these have mix knobs on them anyways. So I don't know. If they were like on and off, that would be one thing. But I think it's fine to just use the mix on those. Ah. Yeah. But now that I think about it, let me turn the Digitone 2 off. And let me take... Wait. Hold on. Let me see if there's another way that I can do this. Just one. Hold on one second. Sorry, I just turned my mic off by accident. Okay, so this goes into... What are we doing here? Goddamn cables! Alright, fuck. Okay, restart. Rewind. Because now I don't know where everything is going. And it's all jumbled and fucked up and stuff, so... Get this bitch out of the way. Okay. You need to be over here. Oh, no. No, the MIDI thing needs to stay. Oh, here comes the dog. Okay, MIDI in. This is going to go in here. TRS. And then one of these can go in here to the heat. Input. I don't know. Wait. Output. To an input. We're only going to get sound from mono, but I think that I could probably do it this way, but instead of having this on here, turn this back on, I think that I can just grab another channel here and then just go into bulb master. Pre-master. Analog heat effects out. This might work. Nope, that doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work. So I'd have to use the, or wait, maybe I can change the input signal? Nah, so I thought that I could just send it to the master, but apparently I can't. So I'll have to do it with the same setup that I did from before, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. As long as you have a scissor far away from all the cables, you're good. You could get a rack for your hardware, the side of my desk, and a cam over my full rack. Well, I have a rack, but it's not able to hold everything. No, Jersey, get down. I know you're hungry. I know it's 6 on the dot, and I know that you want food, but give me like 5 minutes, okay? But yeah, I already have a rack. It can hold at least the Electron devices, but there's not really a way to get like a good camera angle over all of them, to be honest. I actually ordered a second webcam and then I ended up returning it because I was like, oh, I can just get an ND filter. But yeah, so there's this, right? And then there's this. And so what I do is I just put these up and then whatever I want to use, I just put it here. God damn it, this fucking tripod mount sucks ass. So yeah. Right on. Well, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. Does anybody have any questions about anything? No, Jersey. I don't want kisses. Don't kiss me while I'm trying to use my hands on shit. Look at this fucking ham. Yeah. Let me export this and then does anybody have any questions about anything? Okay, Jersey, get down. Down. Down, baby. Good girl. Thank you. Should I sleep on my left side or my right side tonight? Are you feeling sick? Generally speaking, you want to sleep on your right side because when you sleep on your left, like your heart is closest to your left side, and it's actually not as good for your circulation. Down, Jersey. Get down. And this will be available as a free download. At some point. Okay, what happened? This sounds all fucked up. Oh. That's why that sounds all fucked up. I was like, what is going on? Okay, one more time. Yay, we did it. I think I've made like 4 or 5 tunes the last 2 weeks. I'm kind of exhausted, but I've had a lot of inspiration, so I've been trying to act on that. We did good. We did good, kids. We did good. We did a good thing. Yeah. Aside from that, I don't really have anything else that I want to do today, guys. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. If anybody is interested in any of the sounds that you've heard today, you can get a lot of them at alckemy.com. Other than that, I I think that I'm ready to eat something and rest. Very tired. Very tired mouse, as Corey would say. So yeah, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you all on Friday. Yeah? Cheer. All right. Peace, everybody. Much love.